Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Young here, and today I'm back with another Fortnite video. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the best aim settings to use here in Fortnite. So if you guys are struggling to hit your shots or just looking for some better aim sensitivities to use, definitely stay to the end of the video because I'm going to be sharing with you the sensitivities that I use to help me hit my shots and explain why each of these settings are so good to have on what they are. And real quick, before we get into the video, I have a VBuck giveaway. I bought a ton of these VBuck cards for you guys to have. If you guys would like to receive a card and enter the giveaway, all you guys have to do is simply drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell and drop a comment down below of either your Xbox gamer tag, PSN gamer tag, or Epic account. I will be giving out one of these cards every single Friday. I will share the screenshot of the winner in the video, so make sure you guys stay updated if you are interested in winning free V-Bucks. And lastly, if you guys want to support me in the item shop, just go down to the bottom right, hit on support a creator, type in creator code YoungHumor, and you guys will have me supported in the item shop as a creator. And alright guys, let's get right to the video. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys all of my aim sensitivity settings that I use, and I want to explain each of the settings, show exactly what they do, and how you can implement these settings to your actual games. That's going to help you hit way more shots. So as far as the first sensitivities I'm going to show and explain, it's going to be my aim down sights look horizontal speed and my aim down sights look vertical speed. They're both on 6%, and this is just a personal preference. You can adjust all these settings if you would like, but ideally you want this category to be low. So a 6% is just a good middle ground. You can have this on a 4% or even lower. And so what this does is the first sensitivity is just your X and Y sensitivity. So if you look vertical or if you look left to right, that's all this sensitivity affects. And for me, as I said, I have it on a 6%. So I'm on a 6% if I'm looking vertical or if I'm looking horizontal. So ideally you want the sensitivity to be pretty low. You can even go as low as even like 2%, 3%, 4%. And this sensitivity low is really good because it's going to allow you to hit those long range shots with a lot more ease than on a higher sensitivity, because anything above like even like a 10%, it's going to be very difficult on linear settings to be able to hit these long range AR shots. You're just going to be overcorrecting quite a bit. It's very hard to get that precise aim from long range without playing on a very low sensitivity. So even like a 3 or 4% is going to be very good as well. You just want to have a sensitivity that you feel comfortable with beaming players from longer ranges, because that's what this sensitivity is going to be used mainly for, and that's going to be hitting those long range shots with your assault rifle or even a little bit of the mid range. And so going next into my aim down sights turning horizontal boost and my vertical boost. So how this setting works, and I'm going to read off exactly what the description is. It says an additional left/right rotation speed applied when the controller's right stick is fully deflected while aiming down sights. Using boost allows for quicker turns while maintaining look precision. Set this to 0 to disable vertical or horizontal boost. So what this setting does is it doesn't actually activate anything until your analog stick is fully left, it's fully right, up or down. So if it has to be fully in any direction for your boost to get activated. So just to showcase what I mean in game, if I move my analog stick left or right, it's going to be 6%, but as soon as I move my analog stick to the far right or far left, it has to be all the way over. Then the 13% boost kicks in. So this setting is really great for a lot of reasons. And the first one being is it doesn't actually activate till you fully move over your analog stick. So you're going to be on a 6% sensitivity while you're aiming down sights shooting at long ranges. You're not going to have an overly high sensitivity and overcorrect a lot of your shots from this range. So you're going to be able to beam players quite easily because your boost isn't constantly being activated until you fully move your analog stick over. So this is going to be great for shooting players out of the sky who are maybe gliding or just moving at a faster rate than your sensitivity would normally be able to get to. So that's why this boost is so effective. You're able to beam players from long ranges, and if they happen to be gliding, if they happen to be maybe a little bit closer, or just for whatever reason just really quickly move to the left or right, you're going to be able to correct your aim and your crosshair by activating the boost by moving your analog stick all the way in one direction. So that's why having boost on is just so good. And for my sensitivity, I recommend a 13%, or you can even go up to like a 15 or 16%, or you can put this lower around 11 or 12%. It really is personal preference, but you want to make sure that you're able to hit players out of the sky easily who are gliding, or just for a little bit closer ranges where normally you wouldn't be able to track them with such a low sensitivity. Next, I want to talk about the ADS turning boost ramp time. So what this does is this applies it only to your vertical and horizontal boost. And the reason why you don't want to have this setting on 0 and just kind of how it works is it basically puts a delay on when your boost gets applied. So as I mentioned with the boost and how it works, you have to fully move your analog stick in one direction. But when you have the ramp time on it, it basically means that once your analog stick is in a certain direction, there's a delay between when you do that and when the boost actually gets applied. So the reason why I have mine so high at a 0.70 is because when you have this setting high, you don't accidentally activate your boost when you don't want to. So this really, like I said, I guess with all these settings, they are personal preference on which would work best for you. But if you're the type of player who constantly maybe panics a little bit or fully deflects their analog stick in either direction when they're aiming, you want to have this setting very, very high. So you're able to move to the left, you're able to move to the right, but you're not going to accidentally boost when you don't mean to, because that could be really bad as well. So if you're trying to aim at somebody and they just happen to be at the edge of your analog stick, and instead of having the fine aim basically hit your shots, you're just going to activate the boost by accident, and your crosshair is just going to fly across your screen. So that's why having a ramp time on your boost is just going to allow you to have a lot more control over hitting your shots without accidentally flinging your crosshair across your screen. So that's why I think these settings are the very best for having the most control over your aim. So how you would apply these settings to your game, and how I use these settings and apply them in the games that I play. So when I go to aim down my sights, I'm basically on a 6% most of the time. I'm able to beam players from long ranges with ease, and that's just because my sensitivity is pretty low on a 6%. So going in between players from longer ranges really isn't a problem, and I could be even lower if I wanted to, like a 4 or 3%. And that's a sensitivity that maybe you guys could try as well. And the only time I ever use the boost is if I'm needing to hit players who are gliding or just moving really quickly across my screen, and I'm just not simply able to track them on a low 6 sensitivity for my aim down sights. So boost is really only ever used for hitting players who are gliding or maybe at close ranges. But at close ranges, for the most part, you're going to be hit firing with your shotgun or SMG. So when it comes to your aim, you want to have settings that complement hitting shots from longer ranges, but from the medium range, you could activate the boost from time to time, and it's going to make it a little bit easier to go in between players and just hit shots where you normally wouldn't be able to because your sensitivity wouldn't be high enough. And for the boost ramp time, now this setting is for just 2 reasons. The first reason being is it allows me to have the 6% from long ranges, and if I happen to move my analog stick all the way to the left or right, my boost, my 13%, isn't going to automatically be activated and throw off my aim. And second of all, and because of that, it's going to allow you to be even more accurate with your AR shots, because if you need to move your analog stick all the way to the left or to the right, you're able to do so because you have a little bit of time before the boost is even activated, so you can use the full range of your analog stick without having to worry about the boost just being activated because you had your analog stick all the way to the left or right. So yeah, 0.7 is pretty high, and you just want to fine tune it to what feels best, but having it on a high ramp time really is something that I highly recommend to most players, because I do fully deflect my analog stick quite a bit when I'm aiming, and it just makes sure that I don't just accidentally have it activated. So those are all of my aim settings and sensitivities that I recommend. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it helped you improve your aim and made you a better player. If you guys could, drop a like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you guys can get notified for every single time I upload a new video. But with that being said, I really appreciate you guys watching the video. And alright guys, I will see you in the next video.